Okay, Skippy. Get down. Your casebook would kill you, wouldn't it? Yes. I have to go and meet the not at all corrupt or dodgy at all police
Documents,
detective.
an ashtray, and takeaway Chinese food. Everything that you need for a good investigation.
I'll take your word for it.
All the cases I've ever worked on over the years are filed in there. Boring cases of cheating spouses and petty thefts.
So what about 6?
A map of Italy. I'll go back there one day.
It doesn't strike me as you've ever been near Italy in your entire life. Apart from the way you swear. Okay. It is most definitely fan time. So, anyone that happens to be in chat, rather than simply letting their browser lurk, which I totally understand. Hello and welcome back. Hello, Chrono. I have a new lighting setup. I'm not entirely happy with it. It's weird. And you can actually see me, and I'm not too sure about this. However, just while it's sort of friends in chat, looky at this. I got remote control lighting now. I got toy. That one, I think. So 3rd epic ending. Good lord. Yeah, the problem is that I've kind of been able to get away with stuff because you couldn't see me properly. Less so with the new camera. Even less so with halfway decent lighting. But I think it actually looks okay. Objectively, it's just when I think of it as me, I panic. I'm expecting at least one person to go, since when were you blonde? Yeah, once I figure out the one that I'm absolutely happy with, then that's the one I'll stick with. But I've got 10 levels. I thought it was only 3. I look a bit undead and sparkly. Shall I turn it down one? Is that better? It doesn't help that I am naturally about as pale as some scared milk. So I'm either going to have to go for the fake tan or actually pay some attention and decent makeup. Yeah, I hit up AliExpress for this one. So I got a tripod, little baby octopus tripod, and a 10 level light. I think it came out to about 5 or 6 quid. Right. It works okay. It's just it's a very different level of exposure to what I have been on. But enough to have a play. As I said, it's just going to look differently. If it works out, you may want the link off you. Yeah, I can see that. They recommend this for makeup. I cannot imagine anything that's worse for your ego than having this blaring at you when you're putting your makeup on. But yeah, this is a USB one. It's got just over a metre cable. And the remote control sits on the cable itself. Yeah, I went with LED. Seems to be okay. It's staying fairly cool. But my camera's probably going to shift. I just didn't have a chance to do it today. But yeah, I've currently got the light on its little baby tripod, just kind of clinging on to the angle poise that I've got my microphone on. Yeah, that would pretty much chew up any and all battery you ever had in your life, fish. Right. I know I've got to go for a meeting, so I better go downstairs and meet Charm. Hello, Captain Dodgy Pants.
Slavansky is in the porter's lodge. He spends his whole day in that hole.
Anything else you want to tell me?
What can I do for you, Del Nero?
No, I know about the Congregation
Goodbye,
of Five.
Slavansky.
Basically,
Goodbye, Del Nero.
everybody apart from me is in some kind of secret society. I'm starting to feel distinctly left out. Yeah, I am, have to say, quite impressed with the lack of bleed through onto the camera. I was worried about that. So, Mason's membership lapsed when he left the police force. Yeah, you know, he forgot to sign the form that drops you down to the really cheap level you can have while you're unemployed.
You know how to get to Ellis Island?
What you want to do at Ellis Island in middle of night?
Just answer the question.
Of course I know get to Ellis Island.
Okay, let's go.
Dear oh Lord.
Ellis Island. Any immigrant who came to improve his lot in this country knows this island. This is where they put you the first time you set foot in America. As soon as you get off the boat, a guy with an elegant white lab coat visits you. If you don't have health or mental problems, you're allowed to enter the registration room. There, some kind of inspector asks you all kinds of information about you. Where you were born, how much money you have, and if you have a criminal record. If you answer correctly to all these questions, welcome. Starting today, you're part of the grand old USA too.
I feel that's a compressed version of the system. No, that's okay. I didn't actually need to see anything on my screen. I've used the monitor, the second monitor, because I literally can see sod all on mine. Okay.
The Statue of Liberty. When I got to New York, it was the first thing I saw. A powerful and proud woman with a torch full of hope, shining her light on the entire world. But today, that hope has turned into melancholy. Melancholy for everything we could have become in this country, but didn't.
That's unfortunate and a bit cutting, but probably accurate.
The statue, when I got a powerful and proud,
Okay.
but today...
Right, fair enough. Right, conversation I don't necessarily want to have until...
It must be
I get
Malone.
going. How could you tell? It's pitch black. It's Black Cat in Coal Hole. Moody as hell, though.
Drat, someone has decided to follow you. No, I don't know why either, but enjoy it while it lasts.
Fish, you weren't kidding about the Raiders night, got were you? Good lord. Ha! Hey Ree, and hey Del, and indeed, thank you, the Real Red Fire guy, for the follow. Yes, you don't need my follow anymore. Robinson, your follow is always appreciated. Don't be silly. And welcome. Welcome to the first stream where you can see me properly. It's a bit scary. Unlike the screen where you can see absolutely naff all. Last time you followed someone, they called you a stalker. Yeah, I've told you about back alleys at 2 o'clock in the morning, Robinson. Oh, I see, Fish. Mod abuse. Yeah, please don't anybody else try that. Techie will just have a turn. I know, Fish, and I do understand. Right. So, that's the
Statue of Liberty. When I got to New York, it was the first thing I saw. A powerful and proud woman with a torch full of hope, shining her light on the entire world. But today, that hope has turned into melancholy. Melancholy for everything we could have become in this country, but didn't.
superheroes. So, yes, anyone who's not familiar with the stream, she's also a weeping angel. Go figure. It's good, isn't it? I like the music, Del. This is Face Noir. This is a grim and gritty detective game set in the 1930s in the Great Depression, ostensibly in New York. The thing is, it's filtered through the lens of a very Italian take on things. So if you think about sort of Italian cinema of the 60s, where, you know, it could be set in London, Paris, New York, and it was so clearly downtown Rome with 3 extras. That's what you're looking at here. It's quite a fun game, but it's got some really weird quirks. Okay, so I am a private detective. I am here to meet with a member of a criminal organisation who just also happens to be one of the lead detectives of New York City, and who spent a large chunk at the start of the game attempting to fit me up for a murder. I'm sure he'll be fascinating.
Hi, Del Nero.
Malone.
A man was killed at the Melville port tonight by the usual suspects. That's basically what I was supposed to write in the report about the McLean homicide. That's what Black Lily ordered me to do. But something changed their plans. Your friend was able to escape, hide the girl, and call the police. And if that wasn't enough, he decided to call you too. He knew that the people who were looking for him wouldn't have had any problems buying the silence of some lieutenant or even of the police chief. So he needed someone he considered to be incorruptible. You.
Sean always thought too much of my honesty.
Even before escorting you to the department, I had instructions to frame you. You had a history with McLean, and that made things easier for me. The point was to keep you here until the men from Black Lily, disguised as forensics, collected everything they needed from the port.
A perfect plan.
Right. But your friend got involved, paying your bail and pointing you to the trail of the real killers of your former colleague. Even if you were out on bail, I never thought you'd make it all the way to Marcetti.
It seems that, as a detective, I'm not a complete washout yet. And it also seems that you are not as honest as the award hanging in the police department affirms with so much pride.
Well, that isn't just a simple award, Del Nero. It's a promissory note on my soul.
Explain that.
I received that award from Mayor Weston for having caught Samuel Cutter, the former boss of Black Lily here in New York.
Yes, I know the case. And I'm also smart enough to understand that not everything is as rosy as it seems.
Cutter wasn't well seen, and the organization didn't like it. They knew that with the public opinion against them, getting control over the city wouldn't have been as easy as it had been in the past. So they decided to get Cutter and all the people connected to him arrested. At least, that's what they wanted the people to believe in. Actually, the only ones who ended up in the slammer were simple collaborators and a few small-time crooks. In some cases, even regular folks who for some reason had a debt with them.
Patrick Olson.
Well, he was one of the many.
Malone, why are you telling me this story?
Don't know.
Because you are my only chance at redemption, Del Nero.
What?
At least in part for everything I've done over the years.
You've been an
You
asshole.
think that by letting me live, I'll destroy an organization like Black Lily? Malone, I'm a private detective, not a superhero in a kid's comic book.
Well, I'm not expecting anything from you, Del Nero. But given how the organization is persisting on looking for the girl, I guess she's got to be pretty important to them. And if they can't find her, maybe something might change.
They'll get rid of you as soon as they figure out what you're doing.
If that's how things are supposed to go, let them.
What are you planning to do now?
Nothing. I'll just wait and see what happens. And there's no better place to do that than in front of a huge statue that symbolizes justice.
Oh, you are
Whatever
so
you
going
want.
in the river.
Well, good luck, Del Nero. May destiny smile on you.
I don't believe in destiny, Malone.
I'm sure.
Right.
I leave Malone with his thoughts and go away. Maybe his advice to get a change of scene isn't as bad as it seems. Maybe that's what I should do. I should disappear. All of a sudden, a hiss interrupts my thoughts, and then silence again.
No,
a
apparently not,
silence full of
Robinson.
death. Malone crumples over as if he were without a skeleton.
Told you!
A limp body that hits the floor. Then a second hiss. A sharp pain in my neck. I fall on my knees. My muscles aren't responding to me. Anesthetic. My vision starts to get cloudy. I fall into darkness.
So, somebody just hit copy-paste on the entire plot. Buckle up, guys. We might be on the Shawn.
I hate people who are late, and the guy that I'm waiting for should have been here more than an hour ago. I can't stand it. I can't stand any of the reasons why people are late. Whether they didn't plan their time properly, had a problem, or even worse, know that the person who's waiting for them doesn't have a choice. The man that should have been here an hour ago has documents that I need to have if I want to leave this state with the girl. Without those, I would have to stay in this dump for who knows how long. All of a sudden, the joint's door starts to creak. Someone's coming in. A horrible stench of cologne fills me nostrils. It's him. It's Smiley. He sits down at the bar and starts talking like we were old friends.
Teleports
I cut him
in.
short and I ask him if he has what I need. He puts the documents on the table, a nautical passport and a permit to let the girl get on board. He tells me that the passport is missing the photograph and that I'll have to get one myself. Then he takes a napkin and writes a name. Sainte Marie de la Mer. This is the name of the ship that I have to take to leave New York. Getting on a mercantile ship pretending to be a sailor is the only way that I have found to leave the state. And according to what Smiley says, I'll have to get to Brooklyn to do so. I expressly asked to set sail from Newark, but Smiley doesn't seem to have understood. I'm grasped by an incredible desire to punch him in the face, but it's not the time.
I can get
I
behind
give
that.
Smiley the money. $50. Too much for false documents, but not that excessive considering that they are the only way to save me life. After taking the money, Smiley sputters something that sounds like good luck and leaves. Taken with him the stench of his cologne dabbed on in the hope of hiding the chemical stench of the crap he works with all day. Ridiculous. The guy that I almost put in the slammer a few years back for forging documents is now the same guy from whom I'm buying me freedom. Destiny is a strange thing.
So's that accent. Good lord. Yes, you wake up, you're on the carts, the title appears, Elder Scrolls 5. Indeed, fishy, 2 letters of transit. No, wait, yes. Yes, I remember you were going to get some rats. I do like rats. I do like kittens as well, though. Rats are highly intelligent. They just don't live very long. Where the hell am I? Who the hell am I? Okay, I'm Shawn. Right, fair enough.
A metal ashtray. That could be helpful.
Could it? Okay.
I don't have any idea what I could do with it, but I'll take it anyway.
Yeah, but fishy, to be fair, rats would have sat on your keyboard less. Frisbee could work, Chrono.
Ketchup, napkins, and various condiments. Everything that you need to give flavor to the swill they serve in this place.
Why is the man polishing his shotgun?
I bet that if I looked up the word yokel in the dictionary, I'd find a photograph of this guy.
They've really committed to the wood panelling in this place, haven't they?
Jefferson Davis, Alexander Stevens, and other guys who a few decades ago wanted America's secession. Fantastic. All I needed was secessionist nostalgia.
Wacko.
Jefferson Davis, fantastic.
Okay.
By looking at the cables, I'd say that it must be the electric panel.
You reckon? You reckon the cables coming out of the box going to the lights might be providing the electricity?
Bottles of whiskey and gin, and not the best on the market.
It's a nice shotgun. It's the cured leg bone of his last wife. I worry about that it's his last wife, not his current one. Let's save, because I really don't want to have to go through that info dump again.
It's a cash register.
It's battles of whiskey and gin. It's actually for fans of both, either side of the bar, armed with bottles.
Bottles of
Dear.
ketchup, everything that you need. I don't need it.
Right, better take those, however.
These are the documents that Smiley brought me.
So hard.
Better take them.
Yeah, ideally. You just paid $50 for
John
them.
Ford? That idiot Smiley used the first name he thought of to falsify these documents. Knowing him, I should have checked them out before giving him the money. But apart from breaking his nose, there isn't much I could have done. I'll need to leave this state as soon as possible, and I definitely don't have time to redo the documents considering that I need a photograph for them to be useful.
This game makes you feel good about Hamish's accent. This game makes me feel good about Hamish's accent.
No, better let her sleep.
Right, okay.
A photograph of a farm and a horse. Nothing strange for a country cafe.
Country cafe.
A Confederate flag. I hate Confederates.
Oh, okay.
What do you want, stranger?
Yeah, I'm hoping it meant horse, fish.
Is this your place?
Oh, I just stand behind the counter polishing the
and
gum.
a rifle I keep in my hands as well.
I see that there's a warm welcome in this house.
My friend, this place sees mostly farmers and truck drivers. And I don't like you, your little friend, and that guy who came in a while ago.
I'm just passing through.
I hope it. City slickers don't do well here.
Becky, it is indeed the accent game. Right.
I have to go.
Okay.
I hate you. I want you out of my place. But feel free to leave the small child behind.
Nice stools.
I didn't need to hear you say that. Right. I'm just going to leave the kid I'm supposed to be protecting asleep in a bar with an incredibly creepy bartender. Morse?
Mars gas station. If it weren't the only gas station open at this hour, I'd definitely have blown right past. I don't like this place.
God, then 60 slickers, you ain't welcome here. Why is my place always empty? Gas $10? Good lord.
There are booze signs, but I don't recognize any of the brands.
Uh-huh.
It's the car I used to get here. Considering who I stole it from, I don't think it'll be reported as stolen.
Reported. My Irish accent isn't any better.
How special. Lard with beans. I guess I couldn't expect champagne and caviar in these parts.
Uh-huh. Lard and beans. Really? Yeah, crying over right there with
The
you.
sign in front of the station says gas. If I filled up the car with kerosene, I wouldn't go a foot before the engine burst.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The sign in front of the station said kerosene.
Okay. Bunyan Derby. Is that an event?
Before I go back to New York, I need to figure out the problem of the photograph and the documents.
Right.
I don't need any. The car's full.
People who've never heard an Irish accent who could get closer than the sky. Meki, I can well believe, actually, that you can hear him pronounce things in German. I need a photo me booth or something.
It's a sort of photographic set. There are some wires running under the platform. This stuff probably needs to be plugged in.
Why? For what possible reason?
It doesn't work. I don't think it's plugged in.
Okay.
There's some wires running on.
Right, okay. So I'm going to have to do something with the wires. What do I actually have in my inventory? Sod all. Good to know. Oh. Doesn't every bar have a random photographic studio?
It doesn't make any sense.
No. No, it doesn't, Sean. Hello, what's that?
A cornfield. It's in bad shape. Most of the plants are dry or rotten.
Oh, you see, this is the problem. The temperature probably dropped. Or you had radioactive fog come past.
I'll take a few kernels of corn.
Kern?
I took the only kernels that aren't rotten.
Yeah. Just a bit late for Sean.
It's a rain tank.
Okay, now you are just officially taking the mickey. What the hell is a rain tank? I'm assuming he means rain tank, but what? Oh, I'm sorry guys. I really am.
Completely pointless.
Okay, I am assuming it's just a water tank. It's basically a socking great water butt up in the tower. But what a rain tank is, I'm not sure.
Essex County, New Jersey. I've come a long way.
He's stuck in Essex. Okay, so he's got some kernels of corn. I've got a gun. I've got a metal ashtray. I've got the information about the Santa Marie. I have some booze, but not nearly enough. I'm stuck in Basildon. There is a lot to like about this game, but ye gods. Do not understand the accents.
There are some wires.
Right, okay. Feed him the dried corn and hope he dies from it. Unfortunately. Oh wow, Neo, thank you. Good lord. And Streamlabs declines to give me my alert. Thank you for that. Crikey. Ah, now fish. Yeah, Meki, yes, feed him the dry corn, stick him in the microwave. Everybody seems to be quite behind that idea. I wonder if I can use the corn in the water tank. Please don't judge. You put the corn in the water button. Get.
It's a terrible idea.
Mate, you said it, not me. Okay, well, I could bugger up my own car. I probably don't want to be doing that. I assume that's part of the set, actually. There is a button to alert all of my hotspots. Okay. Apparently it's none of my business. I found it by accident last week. Nope, still have no idea what it is. Oh. No. Okay.
There's some white.
That's actually part of the photographic thing. Oh, okay, so F1 is that. Right, so that whole thing is the photographic set. That's the water tank, that's the cornfield. F1 helps F2 in the busy season. That's a... Is that a thing? Could be a thing.
An oil lamp.
Ah. Really? Are you going to let me take it? No, because I've just figured out what I need to do, and I'm not convinced that this is safe. It's for lighting your aisles.
No, it isn't working this way.
Oh,
It's
no.
a terrible idea.
Oh, come on, dude. Why can't I put kerosene into an oil lamp? So I've got to use something with it, but I'm damned if I know what. I mean, that actually would probably burn quite well.
It's a terrible idea.
It's kerosene in the ashtray you're concerned about. It's this game's logic, isn't it? It is believable. Hi, do you mind if I make use of your wiring?
I bet that if I looked up...
You again, stranger?
Oh, hello.
Is that cornfield back there yours?
Did the Winchester send you?
No one sends me.
What?
Who are the Winchesters?
Sons of bitches who bought the farm back there a few months ago.
You don't seem to like them that much.
Nah, they're good for nothing. You just have to look at how they keep their farm. The only thing they know how to do is drink and smoke on the porch.
And why should they send someone to ask questions?
Because the other night I shot one of them in the ass. Those bastards, after dusk, they come to the back of my gas pump and they start playing with their guns. They shoot at whatever they see. I warned them that even if one of those bullets touch my pumps, the whole place is gonna blow up. But they didn't listen. So the other night, as soon as I heard them shooting, I went out and I shot one of them in the ass. And that idiot ran away yelling like a little girl.
Okay.
Good story.
Stranger, this isn't a big city. This is how we take care of things around here. And the same goes for you. Give me crap and I'll turn your city ass into a calendar.
Just point your gun at me once and I'll show you the difference between your old piece and my revolver.
Huh.
Making friends there, Sean. Well played. So, in response to people shooting off their guns by your petrol pumps, which is a completely valid concern, you went out there with a shotgun, presumably loaded with pellets. Oh, I wish you hadn't said that, Chrono. I really wish you hadn't, because, oh god, yes. And first, of course, never get involved in a land war in Asia.
Is that cornfield back there yours?
Oops, didn't
No
mean-
one.
So,
You
Oops.
don't see...
the only thing...
And why?
I
Because
missed.
those ba- I warned him.
Yeah.
And that idiot ran
Good stuff.
strange. And the same goes...
Just point...
Huh.
He was an ace away from Cool Story Blow. Cool Story Bro. Sean's so likeable, I can't see how he ended up dead.
How does this camera out here work?
What do you want to know?
God.
When I'm not talking to yokels, I dabble in photography.
Huh.
Don't
So,
call
does that
them
thing outside work or not?
No, I only use it when the Bunyan Derby goes by.
Bunyan Derby. What the hell is that?
Every March the 3rd, a marathon comes by from Los Angeles. About 200 idiots for 3 months trudge along Route 66 to New York. When they go by, they all want a photograph to remember their achievement. So I bought that thing there.
Uh-huh. I need to take a photograph. Please don't call him a yokel, Sean.
I need to take a photograph.
This is a gas station, not a photographer's lab. You need a photograph? Do like everyone else does and go see old Elliot in town. That old half-wit will be more than happy to have a new customer.
I need it now.
And that's your problem, stranger.
Okay. Hit him with the gun. Steal his power.
I have to go.
Okay.
Like, perfectly polite. Oh, right then. Right, okay. He is so gonna not let me do that.
If I get near it, that yokel owner wouldn't think twice about pumping me full of lead.
Right, okay. Hotspots. Apparently every store merits a hotspot. What is that?
A spittoon. Interesting metaphor for this place. I hate people who spit.
Okay. Right. LA to New York is bad enough by plane or Greyhound. Why would anyone make it even worse? I don't know. And that is just my overwhelming impression of this thing. I don't know.
I don't have time to sit down now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't need it.
Yes, you do. I don't know why you need it, but you need it.
Risking getting shot with a gun for a few bucks isn't a good idea.
Can I just pull my gun on this guy?
It's a terrible idea.
It's worth a shot.
It doesn't make any sense.
However. Ouch. If I go outside and start shooting at the water tank, can I convince the owner that it is in fact these scummy locals? And then I can nip inside and rewire his electric. Please work, sir. No.
If I shot now, the gas station owner would fill my guts with lead before I could get away.
Okay, so I'm on the right track.
It's a terrible idea.
Do I need to make popcorn? I'm just wondering about the metal ashtray in the lamp.
It's the wick.
Good to know. Hey Robinson, you've missed some weird shit.
It's a terrible idea.
It's not a terrible idea, it's an awesome
Better turn
idea.
on the lamp first.
Oh, okay. Well, let me turn on the lamp. Have I got a lighter? Lamp, kerosene and corn is what I'm aiming for, but...
It won't light up. It must be out of fuel.
Right.
The gas cap. The tank's empty.
No, the tank is empty. No, for the tank. from crack on and I don't care. Right.
If I filled up the car with kerosene, I wouldn't go a foot before the engine burst.
I don't want to fill the car with kerosene. I want to fill something else with kerosene. And the only thing I can think of is my freaking...
No, it isn't working this way.
No. I have to nick the spittoon, maybe?
I hate people who spit.
I know, but can you please at least put some alcohol, kerosene in it or something? Can I borrow a bottle?
You again, stranger?
Is that cornfield?
No, that's the same
No.
conversation I had
Sounds like
last
good.
time.
You don't seem...
Nah, they're good. The only thing they know how to do...
And why?
Because the... Those bad... I warned... Saw the other... And that idiot...
Good story.
And the same goes...
Just point.
Huh.
Right. I do need to take a photo.
I have to go.
Okay.
This game's not recent, Robinson. Hence the fact that you're getting it in 4:3. I would like to point out I'm seeing this in stretch 16:9.
No, better let her sleep.
No, stop letting her sleep. She can be helpful. She can set fire to
I
the
don't need
car
it.
or something.
If I want a drink, I have me rye with me.
Don't want a drink.
I don't need it. I don't have time to sit down now.
Bloody Russell.
I'm not going to touch it.
Oh, wuss. Yeah, it was. It's only a game, he says. You don't know. Hello, what's that? I'm going to have to use the hotspot indicator because there's stuff there that I cannot even see.
One of the gas pumps is leaking. The pail is used to catch the leaking gas. What should I use with it?
Okay.
It's a terrible idea.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What should I use with it?
You're going to make me just use the lamp straight away.
Even if there's only a few drops of kerosene, it should be enough to make the lamp work.
Yeah, I think it's quite dark. He should definitely light up and see what's what.
Now it should light up without problems.
How did he pour a bucket
Better
into
put the
that
pail back in case I need more kerosene.
tiny, tiny little hole? You know what I'm going to save? Okay. Explosion! Yes, we like explosions. Yeah, I think we are projecting our consciousness back in time. How we're doing it and how the girl is involved, God only knows. Right. So the first thing to do is light the lamp. The second thing to do is to put the ashtray on the lamp.
It fits perfectly.
That's a coincidence. Could be. Fish. Could well be. Oops. And then we put
This
that.
idea is so crazy that it might just work.
And now we get the hell out of Dodge. head back in and hope that the guy mistakes popcorn for guns.
Damn Winchesters, here we go again. The lesson from the last time clearly wasn't enough.
Where are you going?
Hey, you! I know you're hiding in the cornfields. Get out here if you have any guts, you sons of bitches. I'll show you.
Yeah, Chrono, he did. He actually said that.
Now that the yokel's gone, there's nothing stopping me from using this panel.
Just do it, please. Okay. Fine. Come on, dude.
Better not touch this lever. If I cut the power to all the gas pumps, the owner would definitely notice it.
Right.
Better not. If I get near that door, that yokel owner might shoot me. I better be careful around here.
Could you just steal everything?
Risking
else?
getting shot with a gun for a few bucks isn't a good idea.
Malachi. Yeah, Malachi Rector. I really, really want Malachi Rector here. Oh my god. Well, that's atrocious.
Good. Now that it works, let's see if I can make it as a photographer.
Please tell me that's
I take the photograph and cut it somehow. Before attaching the documents, I hesitate for a second. From now on, my name is John Fard. Sean McClane doesn't exist anymore. Sean McClane is dead. Then I make up my mind and I attach the damn photo. I don't have time to get all misty-eyed now.
I cut it somehow. What with your
The
charm?
documents should be fine now. I can finally get away from this place.
Look forward to Malachi and David time-travelling bromance. Yes, absolutely. They were wonderful. There are several games and things that I would really, really wish got a sequel. But I have to say that Mobius it's up there. Yes, because I may walk in and get shot for no good reason. Okay, we're leaving. We're going to the port. I need to get myself
It's time
killed.
to go. The car's headlights slice through the dark desolation of Essex County. I look for some landmarks to make the trip less boring, but I can't find anything. There's just darkness around me, and the car whizzes by in the middle of the road.
Her primary function appears to be to sleep, Robinson. But we have traumatized her for life with the world's creepiest doll.
I'm sorry for the harsh wake-up, Del Nero, but Oscar and good manners never went hand in hand.
I kind of figured that out.
You must understand him. He's been out of the boxing world for too long. When he got diagnosed with a form of mutism, he was competing for the state's heavyweight title. Unfortunately, a rule doesn't allow people with his kind of problems to fight. So he had to continue in illegal joints. People there don't care much about rules. What they really care about is a good show. The first time I saw him fight, I immediately understood that that shabby ring under the stairs of a butcher shop wasn't the place for him. So I took him with me.
From beating people up to killing them. That's a big career move, I'd say.
Come on, Del Nero. We aren't an organization of killers. We follow an ideal.
What ideals? You're just criminals in search of power.
But power is an ideal, Del Nero. Our entire history was shaped by men who did great things in search of power. Do you really think that people like Julius Caesar or Napoleon did what they did for the sake of their people. Man was born to have power, and his entire existence is an expression of this desire. We study to get important jobs. We train to become stronger. We work at companies where we can move up the ladder. All this to have power.
I bet that you spent hours in front of the mirror repeating this little speech.
Del Nero, I just want you to see our reasons. And maybe avoid you ending up like that pathetic excuse for a man, Malone.
Go to hell, you and your reasons.
As you wish, Del Nero. I thought you were smarter, but if you don't plan
Why?
on telling us anything if we use the carrot...
Don't.
Where
don't
is the girl?
Carrot.
Check the nursery schools. They're full of girls.
I'm so gonna get
Why are you
shot.
persisting in protecting a girl that has been entrusted to you by a man who's betrayed you in the past?
Complicated feelings.
I'm a sentimental guy. I can't help it.
Del Nero, do you really want to die like your pal McLean?
Can I die somewhere differently? Better than living as a bastard like you guys. Would you really shatter my dream and die? What? No! Come
Del
on,
Nero,
guys!
where's the girl?
I must have lost her. I'm a terrible nanny.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
making me tired. I'm not going to ask you a second time. Where have you hid the girl?
Oh,
What is it? Cat got your tongue? When Oscar's done with you, that won't be a problem anymore.
Edward, knock it off.
this voice. I know this voice. It's Victoria. What the hell is she doing here?
Now that the Good Samaritan has arrived, we're all here.
Edward, you're disgusting. When this story is over, you'll answer directly to the bosses for your conduct.
Victoria. How is it possible that she is mixed up in this story? It's
'Cause
impossible.
It makes
This
as much
disgusting
sense
behavior is
as
the only
anything
way
else.
to get your little friend to talk. It looks like he's having fun playing the tough guy.
I told you that you wouldn't have gotten anything from him.
So how do you plan to figure out where he hid the girl?
Using a little intelligence and civility.
Are you going to get him to tell you where he hid the girl just by asking pretty please?
We don't need him to tell us.
What do you mean?
If, before you started leaning on him, you'd look in his pockets, you'd have figured out where the girl is.
You know where she is?
On the Lower East Side, in a small pub owned by a certain Greta Reed.
Bless
Greta
you
Reed.
for not calling it a joint.
Dannazione. Greta's handkerchief. They must have figured out from that where the girl is. Greta's in danger. I have to do something, but I can't even talk. That beast has gone to town on me.
Jack, can you hear me? I'm sorry about everything that's happened. I didn't want to put you in the middle of all this, but I didn't have a choice. That girl is too important to us. She has to go back to where she came from.
Victoria, how could you?
I'm sorry, Jack. I'd like to explain it all to you, but there is no time. As soon as we get out of the city, you and your friend will be freed. But don't try to follow us. I'm sorry things went this way. Goodbye, Jack.
Victoria. Victoria.
Me and my
Edward,
friend.
You and your ape can come with me. We have to load the cars. The plane is waiting for us. Hurry up.
Plane? What plane?
I'm with
Victoria, where are you taking the girl?
Del Nero, it looks like you got lucky this time. Your friend saved you just in time. But the next time we meet, I can't guarantee you'll be so lucky.
Edward,
Don't worry, Good Samaritan. I won't do anything to him.
hurry up. We don't have time.
It looks like we'll have to go now, Del Nero. Let Oscar
you.
say his
Yes,
goodbye.
night. It is. I've had the crap kicked out of me.
My head.
Okay.
I must have passed out for a while. Judging from the light filtering through the windows, it must be at least 6 a.m. Out there, the sun's rising. Some thugs with a love for archaeology are running away with a girl, and I'm stuck here, tied to a chair with a nose that looks like mush. I better figure out how to free myself.
Yes, you had. And please can we do it without any more flashbacks? Yes, weirdly, they've had the Mexican police officer saying that the girl needs to go back to where she came from. Mental eyebrow raised there. Knew she was too good to be true as a helpful person. Okay.
It's the distillation system. Sooner or later, I'll buy one for my office.
That looks like a kanji.
I'm tied up. I can't.
Okay.
It's a steam engine. This steel beast must have some part in the alcohol distillation process.
To be fair, Robinson, the bloody nose is now allowed to be back. He has had the shit kicked out of him. Girls displaced in time calling it now would not shock me in any way, shape or form, but since she doesn't actually have a personality because she's never said anything bar help, we don't know.
It's a steam engine. This steel beast must have some part in the alcohol distillation process.
You really just don't get on with words and things, do you?
It's a steam engine.
Okay.
Illegal booze, a business from the past. The end of Prohibition convinced all the mob bosses to switch to other types of business. Much worse than booze.
Fair enough. Robinson, shaky ground.
These crates contain peat, the combustible used to produce some kinds of whiskey.
Just for a second, I wondered who Pete was and whether we were supposed to know. Robinson, trust me, it works the same way, but with fellas.
And they'll stay that way, unless I find a blowtorch.
Is that a deck of cards or something?
Greta's handkerchief. If I hadn't had it with me, they would have never found out about her. That ogre would have probably beaten me to a pulp, but at least the girl would have been safe.
I see, that's a reasonable middle ground that we can cope with.
Inside that box, there must be my own things.
A little request to anyone making a game in a language, or releasing a game in a language other than that in which it was written. Please, please talk to a native speaker of the language in which you wish to release the game. Just run it by them, just the once. And for every... Huh?
I'm tied up.
I know.
I can't get anything from my coat.
Well, you're a wuss then, aren't you? Oh, this looks safe. This is in Chinese. Yeah, that I can see, Robinson. Oh. Press all the buttons. Okay.
It's a steam engine. This steel beast must have some part in the alcohol distillation process.
I think the panel must be facing towards him so he can basically press the buttons, but he can't use his hands. But all it does is that. Which then stops things. Right, okay. Do you do anything other than spin? Oh, I can rotate the dial. Okay. Oh. No, I can't. A spinny thingamajig is important. Yes, I imagine it is. Okay. Right, so we're on the sequential thing. On and off would kill you, wouldn't it? Oh, excellent. He's going to cut himself in half on the wheel.
That spinning wheel should be good enough to cut the tape that's keeping my hands tied.
Any time today. Tape? Rope, dear, for the era, surely.
Good. I managed to cut the tape that was tying my hands. Now I just have to figure out how to get out of here.
Have you got tape in your...
Dannazione, my nose. It started to bleed again. If I don't want to pass out like a little girl, I better fix my nose as soon as possible.
Right, okay. Let's save this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Fish. Ah, God's sake.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I know it doesn't make any sense, dear.
Greta's handkerchief. If I hadn't had it with me, they would have... Given the situation, I don't think that Greta will be offended if I use her handkerchief to stop the bleeding. First, I need to disinfect it and find a way to keep it on my nose. If I want to use it to stop my nose...
For God's sake. Okay, fine.
I don't see how I could use them together.
I mean, I've got to use... Where is it? I don't know what that is. Never mind. Let's take
the gun
my shit.
Isn't there. At least they left the most important thing.
The whiskey. No, don't drink it.
A drop of rye was just what I needed.
No.
It helped with my aching nose. But I still have to try to fix myself up as soon as possible. I won't get too far in this condition.
If you stopped narrating... Yes, a drop of rye is exactly what you need.
I don't see how I could use them together.
What? Seriously? I really don't want to set it on fire, but I will.
I don't see how I could use them together.
Right, fine. Right. From here...
Sean's rye will work perfectly as a disinfectant. I can't take it anymore. I lost too much blood.
Well, if you hadn't asked about quite so much... He dies, the end. What are we playing now?
Dannazione, my nose. It started to bleed. If I don't want to... The gun isn't there. At least they left...
Sod the gun. Take the alcohol.
A drop of rye was just what I needed. It helped with my aching nose. But I still have to try to fix myself up as soon as possible. I won't get too far in this condition.
This is the thing, Fish. He's actually been on 0 hit points since the beating. And he's making
Given
a
the
death
situation,
save
I don't
every
think that
turn.
Greta will be offended if I use her handkerchief to stop the bleeding.
Okay.
First, I need to disinfect it and find a way to keep it on my nose.
Okay.
Sean's rye will work perfectly as a disinfectant.
Stop narrating. Where did you get the violin? Right, tape.
Tape will be perfect to keep the bandage on my nose. Yes, that should work now.
I look completely ridiculous.
Now it's better, but I doubt that the bandage will hold for long. I must get out of here as soon as possible. Hey, is anybody there?
Hey, investigator! You in here?
John, is that you?
Who you want? Certainly, I told.
How the hell did you get here?
I look for you in Ellis Island, but you disappear. So I go back to your friend in club.
You went to see Greta?
Yes, your friend with the red hairs. But when I get to joint, I see her and girl get in car with same guy.
Oh,
as
Red!
before.
Dannazione. They already got them.
I decide to follow the car here, but they stay no long. Man from the port met a woman and two guys. They talked something about ferry that was waiting, and they left.
Do you know where they went?
I don't know. They left half an hour ago.
Okay.
Where are we?
Oh, but you in my town. Chinatown!
Uh-huh.
Can you find a way to get me out of here?
No, only entrance is this shutter. I can no open.
I'm
Right.
going to go back to figuring out a way to get out of here.
Okay.
I'm sure that whoever set up this distillery also put in an emergency exit, just in case the police came.
Right.
Pretty strange thing to find in an illegal distillery.
Oh, goody! It's a composite puzzle. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you, for my life was not complete without another one of these utter fuckers. It's a distillery, not Chinese laundry. Oh my god. So that's not movable. That is... Yeah, no. Well, it's unlikely to be that, is it? What's the logic?
It's the distillation system. Sooner or later, I'll buy one for my office. I don't think it's the right time to get into manufacturing illegal booze.
Legal booze? Yeah, every day. I'm assuming I've got to make a Chinese character.
Doesn't make any sense. These crates contain peat, the combustible used to produce some kinds of whiskey.
Could you not just set fire to it? Is that asking too much?
Illegal booze, a business from the past. The end of Prohibition convinced this barrel is too heavy to move.
Right. Okay. To be fair, Chrono, they really couldn't be much worse. I honestly am not getting. I mean, it's a pretty pattern. I'm not sure it's actually all that useful. In theory, the above and below should be symmetrical. I would have thought. Yeah. But they don't and can't be. They are in fact completely different. Oh, come on. Give me a sodding clue. From a Chinese character for dumbass. It's so freaking tempting. Hey Google, how do I spell arse in Chinese? Actually, I'm not sure it would be, wouldn't it? It'd be Mandarin, presumably. But I'm really not. It's not often I'm left with literally no idea. No, they are just totally different. I can't move the middle one. That one doesn't even have an analog. Is it that thing I joked wasn't a clue? Unfortunately, I thought it might have been a clue, but apparently it isn't a clue. I think I've looked at everything. Mean to Drutty. Yes, yes. Windows. Assume those all those windows are the same.
It's almost dawn. I have to get out of here as soon as possible and figure out where they could have taken the girl.
Okay. Almost anywhere, I think, is the technical term. So I can't use that.
It's a steam engine. This...
Yeah, we know this. Well, that stuff. You see, that was my first thought. But I'm really not seeing that I can do that. Worth a shot. That's what I was going for initially, and then I just thought, no. Okay, so. Okay, hang on, how's it go? So flat at the top, flat all the way at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Might be that needs to be the other way up. I want to find who invented this puzzle, and I really do want to have quiet word with them. Quite badly. Because that looks not a million miles off right to me. Okay. So that's straight, and those two go out at an angle. I wonder if that means that that kick up should be bottom right.
Pretty strange thing to find.
Oh, shush. You see, to me, that looks about as right as it's going to get. Absolutely, definitely going to hurt someone. Okay, flat at the bottom I've got. That looks like that kick up should be on the right hand side. You reckon the little one needs rotating? That doesn't look it. That. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't think it's those two, because that just looks wrong. Do you reckon that one needs to be that way round? It would help me if I knew what the character was supposed to be. Now rotate the bottom kicking one. You reckon that's it? Could be. Or not. As the case may be. Okay, so it's... the technical term is pig in awkward. I think that top bit's right. I think the top bit's right. But I don't see how it's not. I mean, hang on, let's go and have another look at them. Do you reckon those bits flick up at the top? I'll take a photo of it, please, or something.
I don't think it's the right time to get into manufacturing illegal.
Yeah, okay, whatever, mate. Sheesh. Unfortunately, all of our guys in the speakeasy, if they flick up, then that one's got to go there. All our guys in the distillation business have all been arrested. Yes? No? Maybe? No? Alright then. By virtue of the fact that nobody could do the puzzle in time. Oh!
I was sure that there was some kind of a secret passage in here.
Rather than ace away from Googling the bloody solution. You want to tell Chom where you've gone, because the poor bugger's going to be hiding outside.
Part of this panel is burned. The humidity must have caused a short circuit.
Oh good, fun with electricity again.
Of the many advices my mother gave me when I was little, I definitely remember the one in which she told me never to put my fingers in a socket. I think I'll continue to follow that advice.
Of the many advices. It's good to know that of the many advices you were given. Everybody now wants this guy dead. I've never encountered a character people actually want to die quite so much. Okay, what do we got? That's going to be
The
cucky.
dark green color of that water makes me think that it isn't drinkable.
I'm amazed. Okay, so that's a way out.
Rusted hooks and ropes that have seen better days. I'll take one of the ropes. I took a couple. They could come in handy.
Take a few steps back, yes. Over there where there's no railing, don't worry, the drop isn't much of a neck breaker. Oh dear.
Barrels full of bitumen that is now solidified. Probably left here for some old repairs.
Bitumen.
I don't need any bitumen now.
That's up there with the tank, with the water tank. Dear oh Lord.
I don't see how I could use them together.
You can't see what you can do with bitumen on rope. Well, in that case, mate, I'm not sure I can help you.
Knowing that wastewater from the apartments is running through these pipes doesn't make me too happy to be under here.
There's pipes? Okay.
It's so dark in here I can't even see the back of my hand.
You have a torch, dude! You've had a torch every single time you've whinged about it being too dark. Use
Welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen. The panoramic tour of the sewers of New York is about to start.
Oh no, it's a maze. Oh Christ. No. No, don't do this to me. Okay guys, we're all right. Same principle, Robinson.
It looks like the piping starts from here.
Okay. So, if we find a murderous cult at the end of this, grab your pencil and dot matrix overrun paper. God, I used to have so much of that my dad brought home from the port. I just want to know what batteries he's using. Yes, I always thought it was weird that printer paper always came with those green and white lines on it. And printing on the back. Never actually occurred to me when I was 4. Difficulty batteries. I think he's invented lithium batteries. He should just give up being a PI now. Kill me now. Okay, the end of Gabriel Knight didn't have me weeping like this. Sorry, GK2.
It looks like the piping starts from here.
Okay. Projecting them back in time to when they still had a charge. Yay! I've just done something. What have I done? Hell if I know. But I wonder if I can set off the other one, which is all the way back round here. I can't help wondering about the wisdom of potentially flooding the sewers in which I am standing. York doesn't need him anyway. York doesn't need him. I think it was up here, wasn't it? Nope. Must be the next one round. I am not corner cutting because... no. Last thing I want to be is lost in the sewers. Right. So that's two I've got open. Let's follow back around to where we were. And a horrible beast comes out of the darkness and eats my face. In fact, going to defeat the villains, I need to be taken out by Joanna Lumley and David McCallum. Steele would be having none of his shit. In fact, I strongly suspect Steele would probably have levelled every single building we have entered in this entire game. Right, that's the one I've done. Do I have to do it again? No, I don't. Right, okay, that's cool. So, let's try down here. This is a bizarre little game. Nope. Please don't make me come back through here at speed. Just no. Steele's solution to a maze is probably to walk in a straight line through walls until he's out. Yes! Although Steele's talent, one of them, is in
It looks like the...
seeing patterns. So he could probably, if there is any pattern to this maze, figure his way through quite quickly. The one you want, of course, is Silver, who would merely have asked that steam engine nicely to work. Kind of assuming that there are 4 of these valves, because you have to come back at speed pursued by Killer Croc. That actually gave me the absolute wiggins, that section of the game. Specifically the bit where you had to run with the camera pointing backwards. And I just accomplished what? Oh, okay, new place.
It's the gauge that tells you the pressure inside the pipe. The pressure is back to the minimum now.
What?
It doesn't make any sense to me. Collection Basin 28. According to what's written here, this basin is used to collect excess rainwater. If the pressure in the pipes becomes too high, then the water is deviated into this basin.
Okay. This strikes me as something that might be a monumentally poor idea.
Unreachable is the right word to describe these stairs. It looks like some sort of floating bridge. One of the barrels that makes it float seems to have come undone.
Of course it has.
Pretty hard to use a floating bridge when you don't have anything to let it float on. Moreover, one of the barrels is unhooked.
Okay. Yeah, deviating it would be more fun indeed.
Yes, I think the rope is long enough to attach the barrel to the bridge.
Cool. Do it.
It seems to work. I even have part of the rope left.
Oh, good. Because that'll help. Which, let's face it, he's probably also got. I'm really, really sorry if you guys aren't enjoying this. What's that?
Knowing that wastewater from...
Oh, right, okay. So that's the way back out.
It should work.
Plop. Oh. Huh.
That crazy Chinese cab driver. He got here following the guys who kidnapped the girl and Greta.
What? Why did I need to... What was going on? Fine. Did I inadvertently solve the puzzle?
A big dumpster. Considering where I am, I don't even want to know what's inside.
I think Chrono, yeah.
This time, moving them won't do me any good. This time...
Okay, let's go talk to John. Find out where my cab is.
Wow. You able to get out? You like magician that disappear from stage and then we appear behind you.
Right. When this is all over, I'll try to find a job with the circus.
What you want to do now? You don't think I better call police?
Given how things are unfolding, I'd say that the police wouldn't help much.
I love his nose bandage. I don't know. Maybe it's broken and the bone poked out through there, so in addition to magically stopping the bleeding from everywhere except his nostrils, actually the spirit-soaked brow handkerchief actually magically was able to reset his broken nose.
Where's your cab?
Cab parked 2 blocks from here. I was afraid the man from port would recognize it, so hid an alley.
That's the first good idea today.
I always full of good idea.
Full of something.
Sure.
Please don't slag off the person.
Do you know where the car with the girl is headed?
No, when I arrive, I hear only that man from port and woman talk about ferry to take.
A ferry.
No. They were talking about which ferry they were taking. Clearly. God.
Maybe I know where the car with the girl is headed.
Where?
Oh, Christ. Right. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
While I was being used as a punching bag, I heard Victoria say something about a plane she had to catch. They definitely won't be leaving from the main airport. No matter how many connections they have in New York, a girl can't get on board without someone asking questions. So they must have picked a much more discreet airport. And I'm sure that the ferry that you heard them talking about is the same one I found the ad for in Victoria's office. So they're headed to Glen Cove.
Wow.
Said that to
You
Glen Cove.
good as investigator.
Yeah,
Not good
do
enough.
it for a living.
Even if I know that they're going to Glen Cove, I don't have any idea which airport they went to. If I only had a map.
I have map.
You have a map with you?
Certainly, I drive cab. Without map, I don't get nowhere.
John, I'm starting to think that you're not as useless as I thought.
Oh, for God's
You always have
sake.
something nice to say, huh?
Just be nice to people for a change and maybe you'll get the shit kicked out of you less.
Give me the map.
Here.
I just happen to have it with me. As you do. Right, okay. What? I'm sorry? Who? Okay.
I don't see anything here.
No, neither do I, mate. Okay, so there's Glen Cove, Glenwood Landing. Should we
I
assume
don't
it's
see
that?
anything here.
MacArthur
Here
Airport.
it is. MacArthur Airport. There aren't any other airports for miles. This is definitely where they're headed.
Why did you
if I
need
take
to
the Northern
check?
Boulevard, I should get there in less than 2 hours. Considering the time it takes with the ferry, they must still be traveling. John,
You know where girl is?
maybe, but I need you to do me a favor.
I think this me not like.
I need you to call a certain Violetta Moore and ask him to go to the museum in Central Park.
We no get girl and friend?
Yes, but I'll go alone.
And how you plan to go?
With your cab.
You want me? Give my cab to you?
To be fair, you
Yes,
stole
You
it.
can't come where I have to go. You'd only get in my way.
Not a question. I no give you cab.
If I have to, I'll take it by force, so stop jabbering.
Damn it, this is unfair. You have me arrested today. Kidnapped girl, got mixed up in this story, and now you want cab? This is absolutely not fair.
Tomorrow morning, if everything goes well, you'll find it parked on the Lower East Side.
And if not go where?
I'll be dead, and one of the advantages of being dead is not having to apologize to upset cab drivers for their destroyed cabs.
Okay. You take cab, but promise to be careful. Cab only thing I have.
Relax, I'll treat it like it were mine.
Oh,
I
don't
not
do
feel
that.
better.
Remember to call Violetta Moore. His neighbor's in the book.
Violetta Moore, Central Park Museum. I remember everything.
Good. It's time to go stop an airplane. The dawn lights up the hills of Glen Cove, while the cab is swallowed up by the shadows of the sequoias that surround the highway.
And Alan
After
Wake
a
turns
mile of
up.
twists and turns, a blue sign tells me that I'm close. I leave the cab a quarter of a mile from the airport, hidden among the trees, and go the rest of the way by foot, for safety's sake.
Because you're in the mood for a hike.
Marzetti, I'm coming to even up the score.
Yeah, but I remember the opening of the game. This is not going to go well. This whole thing is in flashback, remember? I'll treat it like my own car
Oscar.
that I left in Harlem at the start of the game because it was
Have
out
you
of
seen
gas.
Diaz? If you see her, don't let on that you've seen me. I plan on having a chat with our guest, and I don't want Diaz underfoot. While I entertain myself with the pretty redhead, you stay here and be on call. If you see someone, you know what to do.
Yeah, apparently not yell. I would like historical verification of the idea
A
that
redhead.
somebody was
He was
banned
definitely
from
talking
fighting.
about Greta. So they brought her here, too. I have to find a way into the airport, but so long as that ogre Oscar is there, I don't think it'll be easy.
Next ogre I put into anything is definitely going to be called Oscar. Yep. Dear God, I want to override the save file. Oh, blimey. Okay.
Those are downspouts.
Right. Okay.
It looks like a hurricane went through this room. There's ruined furniture and papers everywhere.
I think you could be right, Fish.
Even if there was something useful, I wouldn't be able to find it in the middle of this mess.
No, that's also because you're incapable of finding your arse with both hands.
A flight plan, dated May 1931. It says a lot about how busy this place is. I'm not going to pick up every object that I find around.
Yes.
This room had to be some sort of information counter. There were registries and embarkation cards on the shelves.
Go full supernatural by the end, and it turns out the whole thing was a war over the key to restarting the entire world using a single girl from some weird supernatural observatory afterlife thing. Okay.
I don't think that Oscar would let me go if I showed him a fake boarding card. That guy doesn't seem that stupid.
By comparison,
I'll take it.
it's the one thing I didn't look what it was.
This trinket will definitely come in handy.
I've got a crowbar! Oh, can I use the crowbar with the rope?
I don't see how I could use them together. I'll attract Oscar's attention by making some noise with these pipes. If I hide in the room next door, I might be able to catch him by surprise.
Oh, Christ. Oh, no, 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 this is not going to go well. What?
Dannazione! I need him to get closer.
Right, okay. Make a louder noise?
No clue. At least none that makes any sense.
I believe you have no clue, dear.
I don't see how I could use them together.
Okay. Now can you use the rope?
I don't see how I could use them together.
I can! Just tie it off, you idiot. Okay, we have the downspout. That's the way out. Which is not where we need to be.
If I go any further, Oscar will see me. As long as he's still there, it will be impossible for me to enter the airport.
Okay, now I've decided what I need to do.
I don't think that Oscar would let me go if I...
No, okay, fine.
A flight plan. It says a lot about... I think I can do without it.
Right. He's still only going to get halfway. It's not helpful.
I had to walk half a mile on foot so no one would see me coming by cab. I have no intention of going back.
You only parked a quarter of a mile away, you lazy git. Okay. I'm on Pixies Exist right now.
No, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to play it here. No, it doesn't make any sense. No clue. At least none that makes any sense.
Okay, I'm guessing it doesn't make any sense. God. When in doubt, use the rye. For Luke.
No. No, it doesn't make any...
Set
no,
fire to
it
the
doesn't
office.
make any sense.
Right. Okay. So logical approach has failed me. Is there anything else
No,
I can use
it
that
doesn't make any
with
sense.
at all? Okay. Hang on a minute. That first room, it's full of mess and it's dark. You don't think...
I don't see how I could use them together.
Oh, maybe not then. Oh, hello.
Yes, the light from this flashlight should be enough to attract Oscar's attention. Once he's inside, I shouldn't have any problems hitting him with a crowbar.
Oh, wacko. Don't sacrifice the light.
Good. With this, I have at least evened up the score. What the? My gun. Oscar had it with him. He must have taken it from me in Chinatown. Good. At least I'm not unarmed now. Even passed out, that guy is still dangerous. If he woke up, he'd only need a second to rip off my head with one of his fists.
Well, isn't it just peachy?
Yes, tying him with these ropes should stop him from causing any damage if he wakes up.
Yes, tying him with these ropes. Or
Okay,
up.
I got the flashlight back, tied up Oscar, and hid him under one of the desks. I hope no one comes looking for him. If they don't see him at the front door, it won't take them long to figure out what happened. I'd say it's better to hurry now that the entrance to the airport is free.
Not that I don't trust you, game. So, do we think we're going to get another sight of Sean, given that we've pretty much covered up to his death? Right, what do we got here?
MacArthur Airport. This really looks like an abandoned place. Perfect for leaving the city without anyone noticing.
It's an abandoned place, alright.
I've seen that car before. It's the same one that was at the Melville port when they killed Sean.
Okay.
If I need a car, I have Sean's cab. It's hidden in the trees about a half mile from here.
Or a quarter mile when you got out. Maybe you left the handbrake off. Oh, is it fish? I may have to check. I don't think I've got that yet. Oh.
That's the same guy I saw in my dream, the Turk. His presence here is anything but reassuring. That guy wouldn't think twice about putting a bullet between my eyes if he saw me.
Right. Good.
It seems like someone's in there.
Not someone.
You're a stinker of a man, Edward.
I don't understand this hostility towards me. I'd like to remind you that most of what you've got because of me.
If you're talking about that sick feeling that I get when I hear your name, yes, that's all because of you.
What a sharp tongue, sweetheart.
Don't call me sweetheart.
Once upon a time, you liked it when I called you that.
Once upon a time, I was just a girl. Too naive to understand what a bastard you are.
So I'm a bastard. You didn't
Yes.
feel that way when I gave you the money to keep that stupid bar for losers open.
You didn't give me that money for free. You used it to buy my youth.
Everything has a price, sweetheart. You just have to figure out what it is.
Even the life of a girl?
To tell the truth, that girl belonged to us well before your detective found her.
She's just a kid. She doesn't belong to anyone.
Don't let appearances fool you. That girl is more dangerous than you can imagine.
How dangerous could a kid be?
I don't know. I'm not interested in these things.
What?
I'm just interested in what they might give me for her.
Money. Everything boils down to money for you.
Not this time. There's something more interesting than money.
What?
Sweetheart, you'd do well to keep your nose out of this, or you'll end up like your detective.
Jack? Where is he now?
Don't worry. Your little friend is safe. Not feeling too well, but safe. Even if I can't guarantee that he'll stay that way for long.
You're a bastard, Edward.
Calm down. I don't want to blush with all these compliments. Anyway, my dear little flying Dutch girl, I have some business to take care of now, so have a nice stay in this room, made up just for you.
Coward.
Right, okay. Yes, yeah, the girl's incredibly dangerous. How is she dangerous? We have no idea.
Greta is behind this door. I have to get her out of there.
Well, here's a thought.
Marzetti locked the door.
Bastard. Right, have I still got that crowbar? Yes, I have the crowbar.
Not now.
Really? Yeah. You know the Turk will kill me if he finds out I'm there. I'm reasonably sure that nobody in this game is dense enough to miss a gunshot.
The airport control tower.
Okay.
Impossible to get to from here.
Uh-huh. I wonder if I can use the crowbar on the Turk and just bash him over the back of the head. See, we can't reveal all the plot yet. You still have an act to go. Please don't make me say that.
No clue. At least none that makes any sense.
I know you've not got a clue. We've established you have no clue. You are an idiot. Oh, what's that? Okay, that's just the way out.
It seems like someone's in there.
Yes,
Greta.
I know.
Greta!
Oh, finally.
Jack!
Oh, she
did you
isn't
get
even
here?
tied up,
Long
for God's
story.
sake.
We don't have time now. I have to find Emily before the plane takes off.
Emily?
Yes, that's the girl's name.
How do you know that?
You won't believe me, but it came to me in a dream.
What are you planning to do?
If I find a way to distract them, I can get Emily without anyone seeing. When they find out what happened, we'll be far away.
And how are you planning to leave this place?
John's cab is parked about a half-mile from here, but I need your help.
I won't be of much help locked up in this place.
Don't worry, I'll find a way to get you out.
Okay.
I'm going.
Jack,
What?
I guess you heard the conversation between me and Marzetti.
Yes.
Not the
I'm
time.
sorry. I should have told you.
Greta, there's nothing to explain.
I know, but
Greta, we don't have time now. We have to get Emily off that damn airplane.
you're right.
First sensible thing he's actually said all damn game. We don't have time now. Please stop. Right, now will you let me crowbar that open?
Yes, I just have to be careful not to make too much noise.
Thank you.
Jack, the thing with Marzetti was a long time ago. I was one of the many dancers that worked at his joints in Little Italy. We shared a few words every so often, but nothing more. Then one day, my old man got sick. This strange disease he picked up during the war that seemed to have been dormant until then. With the money I was making, I was barely managing to pay for the treatments that he needed, but his joint was losing money. So I asked Edward for help. The money I needed was nothing for him. He gave it to me without any problems. But I had no idea about what would have happened afterwards. I became his property. My life was his. I never said anything to my old man. Proud as he was, he would have killed himself rather than see his daughter in that situation. But he died a few years later when his disease got worse. I left my career as a dancer and I focused on the red tulip, the thing my father loved the most. Edward didn't call me anymore. He'd probably bought a younger woman and wasn't interested in me anymore. I was free, but I had no reason to be happy.
Greta, we all have things that we do in our lives that we aren't proud of. You don't need to explain yourself. Certainly not to me. I'm just one of the many losers that come into your joint to ruin his liver.
Jack, you know how I feel about you.
How?
Women and gambling. If you think you know anything about either, it won't be long before you step in it.
Just this once, can you set your cynicism aside?
It's not cynicism, kid. It's just my way to survive.
Jack. Jack.
I'll just crowbar the damn door open. I know. Oh no. No, I was joking.
McLean, we're here.
Good.
Nicholas said that the professor is hidden inside the museum, top floor, room 13. The back door was left open. You shouldn't have any problems, but keep your eyes well open anyway.
I'll keep that in mind.
We'll be waiting for you here.
Presumably this is
be
where
long.
we get the kid. One assumes you won't be lucky, you bloody optimist.
The main entrance to the museum. That's for visitors. Certainly not for me. It's the middle of the night.
I go walking in my sleep through the jungle town to the river of dreams. I'm assuming it's the Turk who killed the professor. But that is kind of an assumption. I'm just well impressed with these banners that have apparently stayed pristine after years and years of abandonment. Can you go in through a window, dude?
Impossible to open them from the outside.
Oh, gee, I wonder if it would be great if you had access to, like, big chunks of metal.
It's locked. I hate when things don't turn out as planned.
God, you're gonna hate this game.
I can do without it.
Oh,
Oil
it
barrels.
is.
That's it.
Why?
There are some rusty rods on the ground. I don't need this stuff.
That was Scottish! So I'm not 100% sure Sean didn't kill the professor. Right.
It's just a ladder. It's no use to me. I can do without it.
But how, Sean? How exactly are you planning on getting into the fucking place? You know what, Robinson? Yeah.
It's locked. I hate when things don't turn out as planned.
It's just a ladder. This is the problem, yeah.
Well, I don't want to waste time with locked doors. I'll just open it my way.
I don't believe this. He's been saying shoot the lock every flaming door.
It doesn't make any sense.
Have you just opened it? Yes, you did. Midnight snacks will be no good now. Right, where am I going? But Yes, Robinson, if you say shoot it enough times, eventually you'll be right.
It's the main entrance from the street.
Can anyone remember how the hell...
Nice beast.
No, please, please, please don't say that again.
All the showcases were emptied. There are some floor plans for the museum on the table. I can do without it.
What, because you're all big and clever and you know where you're going. Open the door, get on the floor.
The professor's office is in room 13, top floor. I should be able to figure out how to get there.
Thank God for that.
It was more difficult than I thought, but here I am. This is where Professor Zindler is.
Okay.
It's the same type of crates I saw at the entrance. They're probably used to move exhibits from one room to another.
Yep. Yes, sorry, Fish. He did indeed say that there were flower plans for the exhibition. Jesus wept.
I'm not here to learn about some civilization that ceased to exist centuries ago.
God forbid you should learn anything, dude.
It must be some sort of temple from some ancient civilization.
Yeah, you clearly aced history, mate.
I don't have time to tour the museum.
Where's the door? Oh, there it is. More difficult than I thought. Well, let me tell you about the washout that came after.
It's Professor Zindler's office.
Well, here's the thing.
When I enter in the office, I find the professor.
Hi, why
You've
aren't you
finally
dead?
made it, he says. You're finally here. I know everything from this recording. Are you the man who's supposed to save us? The answer is simple. No.
Oh, shit. He did.
Find the professor, kill him, and get back what he took from us. These are the orders. Black Lily's orders.
Hang
Get
on.
back what he took from us. I think about documents, cash, or some strange object. But not this. A girl? I have to kidnap a kid? She's Emily's age. My sister's age when she disappeared, and I couldn't protect her. A couple of voices, I guess what's left of me conscience, start to fight in me head. A girl. I can't give a girl to Black Lily. The voices win. I take the girl and I head straight for the entrance, taking a different way. I wasted some time and the Turk will be suspicious. He might come in the museum.
Okay. So he didn't kidnap his own sister. It's just
I'm
that
not wrong.
this random girl whose name is not Emily.
McLean is taking too long. Something is not right.
Oh,
Oscar, you
so
keep
many
guard here.
things.
I'm going to check whether everything is going as planned.
Something is not right. It's never a truer word spoken.
Damn it, the Turk got suspicious of me taking so long. It'll take him a while to figure out what happened. Better use this opportunity to get out of here.
Okay. Okay. Am I gonna have to... Oh, bollocks. Stealth section my way. Huh. Yeah, I am. Which way is he looking? He's looking that way. So you're going to turn this way? You're going to turn that way. And turn away again, please. Thank you. Neat little girl-shaped backpack you've got there.
Good. Now I just have to figure out how to get as far away as possible from here.
So, you've committed murder. And just because the girl is the same age as your presumably deceased sister, now you discover a conscience? Out of Dodge, the hell get.
They left the car unlocked. I'll just borrow it.
Borrow
Run away,
it.
Sean. Run away as far as possible. You've done some pretty dumb things in your life, but this beats them all. Standing up to Black Lily to protect a girl. It's this type of sentimentality that'll get you killed.
Sentimentally?
But maybe it's better that way. A man once told me it's not how you live, but how you die that says who you are. And I don't want to die a murderer.
Well, Fish, you don't want to die a murderer. You've just shot a defenseless professor in cold blood. But that's okay, apparently. We'd have no idea if the girl is
Jack,
cute.
You finally come to.
Dannazione. That's the second time I've ended up on the floor today. I should start taking boxing lessons. It seems to be all the rage right now.
What are we going to do
Oh.
now? We're trapped.
And the plane will leave soon. We need to get out of here.
Jack?
Victoria,
Yeah, it's me. You should have followed my advice and never left that storeroom.
I have a hard time following the advice of someone who first ties me up and then uses me as a punching bag.
You know that wasn't my idea. Right from the beginning, I tried to make sure you wouldn't get involved.
When this is all over, remind me to give you a box of chocolates as a thank you.
Jack, I know all this seems wrong to you.
Wrong? Betting money on a lame horse is wrong. Kidnapping a girl to sacrifice her to some phantom divinity is crazy.
Jack, neither of us can stop the destiny of this girl.
Destiny. Destiny? You keep repeating this word, as if in the name of destiny you could commit the most atrocious crimes.
As hard as it might be to believe, I'd like to let that girl go too. She's certainly not responsible for this situation, but it's our duty to make sure that she fulfills the purpose for which she was born.
The purpose for which she was born? And since when does Black Lily help girls fulfill their destiny?
Black Lily? Do you really think I work for Black Lily, Jack?
No? So what is it? A special partnership? A part-time job to round out your salary?
Jack, Black Lily is just a pawn we use to get the girl here in New York.
It's a pun,
It's
apparently.
them working for us.
And who is this us?
The less you know, Jack, the better it is for you.
Oh, in that case, it
Victoria,
must be
who's behind
fantastic.
this?
I'm sorry, Jack. Maybe one day we'll meet again and I'll tell you everything. But I have to go now.
What?
I have a plane to catch. I gave specific orders that you and your friend be released after I leave. But don't try to follow us. It'd be pointless.
Victoria, wait.
Goodbye, Jack.
Victoria!
To be fair,
This
Robinson,
whole thing is ridiculous.
thank
I don't care
you.
if it's ridiculous or not. That girl is not leaving this airport. I'll stop her, even if it's the last thing I do.
Okay. To be fair, Robinson, I think the psychic flashbacks, which then gave you information, were probably an indicator that it already was supernatural in some way, shape, or form.
These stairs lead to the top of the tower. Or rather, they led to the top of the tower. Some of them collapsed. It's pointless. Part of the stairs collapsed.
Right. Okay, what do we got? Can you give me a leg up?
Greta, do you have any ideas on how to get out of here?
If I did, I wouldn't have been here when you got here.
We have to get out
Fair
before
play.
the plane leaves. I'll find a way.
Lovely lampshade you have there. Love why he's been left with all his gear. Except the bloody crowbar, which is the one thing that would have been useful. Okay. Right. I'm guessing the door was shut. What's that?
From the signs on these tanks, there must be liquid propane gas in them.
Excellent. I see no way that could go wrong.
From the signs on these... And what should I use them with? Yes, it could work.
Oh my god! I was doing... Oh no! Oh my god! Right, okay then. This is so not what I was expecting to do.
And now let's get out of here.
Greta's
take
just
cover.
casually sat on the crate.
Greta, I have to stop that plane from leaving.
What are you going to do?
Oh,
I don't know yet. You get the car. It's hidden in the trees near the entrance. The keys are on the dash.
Okay.
Keep the engine running. We need to leave as soon as I get the girl.
Yeah, but it's
Jack,
a half-hour
Yes.
Be
walk.
careful.
There's no time to be careful. Not this time.
Are you ever...
Greta, go.
Have you ever in your entire life been careful?
Dannazione. It's too late.
It looks like you're too late, Del Nero.
Oh, bollocks.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you on that plane?
I hate traveling. I'm not the kind of guy who crosses the desert on a camel. I prefer the comfort of the big city. Moreover, had I left, I would have missed the chance to deal with you. You made me look ridiculous in the eyes of the organization, and I don't have any intention of letting you get away with it.
And what do you want to do? Kill me? I can see it on your face that you've never shot anyone. You're not that kind of guy. You send your men to do your dirty work.
You're right. I've never shot anyone, even though many men and women died because I ordered it.
How brave.
But you know, there's a first time for everything.
No!
I'm dead. There is nothing else I can do. Emily, Greta, I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you.
Right, okay, and the game ends.
It's over. I'm dead. Emily, Greta, I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you. I let myself get knocked off by the first idiot that came around. Tomorrow, I'll be one of the many names that fill the newspaper's crime report. Or maybe not even that. Maybe they'll just throw my body in the East River, or in some dump. No one will realize I'm gone. Except for that stingy Slavansky when he'll come to collect the rent. Nice life.
Yes! Oh, yes,
Who knows
Chrono.
what kind of place this is? I only see strange white lights in front of me. Is this heaven? Let's not kid ourselves. Heaven isn't the place for a washed-up detective with a drinking problem. It's got to be hell. At least I'll see a lot of my old friends.
How have you managed to have any friends at all? And oh my giggles.
I thought hell would be different. You know? Fire, flames, strange creatures with horns. There's just water here. Water and strange hanging wires.
Strange creatures with the horn. No, wait, hang on. So saving this. Okay. Right. What?
A huge clock suspended in midair. I know I should be surprised, but I doubt this is the strangest thing I'll see in this place. It seems to have stopped.
Is it the mystery clock? That's the question.
It seems to have stopped.
Oh, okay.
The hands aren't moving.
That looks about right. It is indeed the time travel clock. Okay.
A pub in the middle of hell. I'm starting to like this place.
Oh, hello. Somebody's seen... Is it the painting Nighthawks? Petition Cafe. So, apologies for hitting you a little on the nose there.
Nice name for a cafe. I hope they give drinks on the house, because I left my wallet in my other life.
Oh god, it's Sean.
There's a guy at the bar.
Hunker down.
Jack, it's been ages.
Sean?
Right. Haven't seen you for a while.
What is this place?
This is no place, and is nowhere.
Am I dead?
Yes, Jack. You're dead. Like me.
Well, if this
Good
is hell,
series.
it isn't too bad.
True. The booze is free, and you don't have to worry about your liver. You're already dead. I'm sure you have a few questions for me. Ask what you want, but I'm warning you, we don't have much time.
I
But you're
didn't think
dead.
that time would be a problem here.
It counts more than you can imagine. Come on, Jack. Ask what you want to know.
Yeah, I think I left my wallet in my other life was the first good line this guy's had.
What am I doing here?
You're trying to understand
Your
Understand
accent.
what?
what destiny is.
Destiny? I'm just a private detective who spends half of what he makes on booze, and the other half to pay the rent for an office that looks like a dump. What destiny do you think I might have?
I'm not talking about your destiny, Jack, but the girl's.
She's just a little girl, kidnapped by a wacky archaeologist from who knows where.
So, you really think that Professor Zindler was nuts? You think that those dreams you had were due to exhaustion? That it was only a series of coincidences that brought you here? A coincidence that your friend with the red hair knew Marsetti? A coincidence that the owner of the dive you live in is the same guy who hosted Nicholas? Jack, that girl can change the future.
If she could
How's
really
the-
do what you say, don't you think she'd have done something to avoid all this?
I don't know how it
How's
works.
the necklace?
I kill people. I don't study ancient prophecies. But I do
What?
know one thing. If you're here, you've been given a chance.
What are you talking about?
Coming here,
Same
you must
question.
have seen some sort of floating clock.
Yes, too peculiar not to notice it.
That's your life, Jack. And if you're here, the hands have stopped. But you can go back.
You mean I can be resuscitated? I'll be walking around New York like one of those zombies from horror novels?
It doesn't work like that. When you go back, you won't remember this place, and you'll do the same things you already did.
Oh,
Great.
Please don't
I
make me
can't live,
replay the game.
but I can
Please don't
die
make
as
me
often
replay
as
the
I
game.
want.
Right. Or maybe something could change. Destiny could give you a second chance.
How?
You won't know until you try.
The guy from the sinking city would drown him. Mecky.
Why did you lie at Valenti's trial?
I thought you'd ask me that.
I spent a year in the clink for that. I think you owe me.
You're right. The answer is simple. The most obvious one. Money.
You sold out for money?
Right. A
I
police's
hate
salary
you.
wasn't enough to pay me old man's debts. He loved to play them horses, and he was in deep with the Valenti family. That good for nothing. He was a bad father and an even worse gambler. He bet it all on the horses and never won once. We were at the track the day me sister disappeared. Too focused on watching that damned horse that no one would have placed a buck on to realize that his daughter wasn't there anymore. My old man. A man that the world would have been better off without. He racked up so many debts that I would have needed 2 lives to get the money together. And Valenti knew it. That's why he offered me a solution to the whole problem. Both his kids had been arrested for booze trafficking. The judge gave them a year in the slammer each. But those 2 brats, spoiled by their mob father, wouldn't have lasted a week in prison. Valenti's idea was simple. I was supposed to get his kids out of this mess by saying that I was the one who committed their crimes. I would have been discharged from the police, and I would have served their sentence. In exchange, me old man's debts would have been like they'd never happened. But I didn't know your name would come up at the trial, Jack. You were supposed to be left out of this whole mess.
That
Why
appeals to
haven't
me,
you ever
Robinson.
told me this story?
The week after the trial, me old man died. According to the police, some crazy guy put a bullet in his back during a bar fight. Funny coincidence, especially considering that the day before, a guy tried to stab me in Harlem for no reason.
Ooh, it's
Arturo
nasty getting
Valente
stabbed in
wanted
Harlem.
me dead. His kids were free. He got what he wanted, and killing me was the easiest way to cover his tracks. Had I told you this story, He would have tried to kill you too. I decided to leave New York and move to Los Angeles, thinking that I could leave everything behind me. But you can't forget your past. No one wanted a corrupt ex-police officer underfoot. It was impossible to find a job. Until one day, when some fat guy comes up to me in a bar and offers me a job. I'd have to kill a guy who was in Los Angeles on business.
A guy comes out of nowhere and offers you a job as a hitman. What kind of story is this?
I thought the same thing. The fat guy showed me a photograph of the future victim, sure that I'd accept. And he was right. I did. The guy in the photograph was Arturo Valente. Because of him, I didn't have a family or a job anymore, and the only thing I had left was a thirst for revenge that only an Irishman can understand. I did the job, and so I started working for Black Lily. Good story, huh? Maybe I'll write a book about it one day. I wonder if there are any publishers around here.
If I have to
Maybe
New Game
I'll
Plus
ask
this,
around.
I personally vote that we just join the cult.
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Jack.
Okay, I've just whiffled at you for a while. Last boat to the afterlife's gone.
I don't have anything with me.
Okay. So, that was informative. It didn't explain a damn thing. I want to watch Duck City.
And what do
now.
you want to do? Kill me? I
I'd have
can
gone
see it
back
on
a
your
bit
face that
further
you've never
than
shot
this.
anyone. You're not that kind of guy. You send your men to do your dirty
Snap,
work.
snip, snap,
You're
snip,
right.
snip, snap.
I've never shot anyone, even though many men and women died because I ordered it.
How brave.
But you know, there's a first time for everything.
Okay.
It was destiny, Del Nero.
Hey, what? Did you just... Soon. Did you just shoot him in the...
How's it
nuts?
possible that I'm still alive?
I don't know.
Sean's bottle of rye stopped the bullet.
Why
Who would've
didn't it
thought?
do that last
Saved by a
time?
movie cliche.
Yes, shoot the
Sean,
extremely
looks like I owe you
explosive
my
thing.
life.
You're a lucky guy.
Oh, shit.
You're the one they call the Turk.
And you're the detective they're all talking about.
Are you here to avenge the death of your friend, Marzetti?
My friend Marzetti? I hope you're joking. I wanted him dead more than you did.
What?
I never liked him. The way he treats women is awful, and his joints are as disgusting as the people who go there.
So what do you want from me?
You're more important than you believe.
What?
And I need you for my plans.
What plans?
I don't have to tell you.
What makes you think I'll go along with your plans?
I'll take you to the girl.
Why would you do that?
Let's say I have an interest in throwing a monkey wrench in Miss Diaz's plans.
What?
I see.
So what do you want to do? Are you coming with me?
When are we leaving?
As soon as my man convinces your red-headed friend to come with us.
What does Greta have to do with all this?
You're all involved.
What?
Even the most insignificant extra can change the plot of a whole film, De Niro. And I don't want that to happen. I'm a perfectionist.
I've already seen your perfectionism in action.
You'll have time to complain later on, De Niro. We have a plane to catch now. Haha. I hope you don't have problems with the heat, because where we're going, they say the sun could kill you.
Traveling with you? I think the sun is going to be the least of my problems.
I'm starting to understand why Miss Diaz is so fond of you. I've known
I'm
you
not.
for 5 minutes, and I like you already.
I hope you aren't upset that the feeling isn't mutual.
Del Nero, forget everything that you think you know about this story. You don't know anything. You've never seen the dark face of a god.
The sun is already high when we take off. The plane flies into the
Something
sun,
was high.
and the enormous ball of fire envelops the plane until every bit of its metal fuselage disappears. For a moment, I think that that's exactly where we're headed. Going to challenge the sun, immense and unreachable, considered a god since ancient times. But before takeoff, I glanced at the flight plan, and I found out that our destination is slightly closer. The city of Damascus, Syria. That's where we're headed.
What? Seriously. And to my knowledge, this never got a sequel. So basically, this was in rescued by the Strange Brigade. Chrono and now we riot indeed. This was essentially the prologue. This was the first couple of episodes of a series where the hero gets over being an absolute immense, unlikable arse. And, you know, turns it around. And then the rest of the series is spent basically doing the hero